I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
Hi there, I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about what if my ex finds someone else when I go no contact? Very, very scary.
Oh yes, terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying. Yes, terrifying is a great word, Margaret. Because if you're going through a breakup, the last thing you want to do is leave your ex alone.
Well, and remember, we're talking about all of our being hardwired not to be abandoned, not to be left vulnerable, and all those feelings come up immediately.
That's right. Separation anxiety takes over your body. You are filled with chemicals that make you feel horrible inside.
Yes.
Your body releases stress hormones,
Right.
And you just feel like someone has ripped the heart right out of your chest, and you just feel like there's a cavity where your chest used to be.
Oh my.
It's very painful, and
They
it's
took it with
so
them,
scary.
Did they take your heart with them?
Yeah, ripped it right out.
And they won't give it back.
No, they won't.
Right.
So we're going to be talking about that today because someone sent me a question recently, and they said, "Hey Craig, I love your channel, and I can't wait to do a coaching with you. I've seen many videos on no contact and just went no contact recently. I'm so scared that if I go no contact, my ex is going to find someone else." That is a very scary thought, okay? And oftentimes, when we go through a breakup, the person that broke up with us will start dating somebody else. What I have found is that many times the person that gets dumped is the one that is very motivated to grow, to change, and to better themselves.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the person that does the dumping kind of moves on to someone else quickly and doesn't really deal with the issues. They think that this new person is going to come along and
fix everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it happens a lot, okay? So yes, there are times where you are in a situation where you have to go no contact, and this person does move on and start dating other people. And it is very scary because I've been there, and you know that. It feels like that relationship is magical and it's never going to end.
Right.
And it looks magical.
Right.
Because if they start posting on social media, which is how often you guys find out, stalking is going on all their social media stuff and looking at that, you see it and it looks amazing. They're posting happy pictures.
And you can't stand it.
Oh, it makes it even worse. It feels like just someone is just put a knife in you. It's the worst pain ever. And you feel very hopeless.
And not only that, they don't care how bad you feel. They're having a good time.
Yeah, on top of that, if you've had any contact with them recently, most likely their ex has been cold or indifferent, and they don't even act like they care if you're dead or alive.
Right.
I've had that, and it's like, how can this person
They
be
said
so mean?
2 weeks ago they loved me and wanted to spend their life with me, and now they don't even respond.
Yeah, it's scary,
Shocking.
it's shocking, it's so confusing,
Yeah.
and you're just totally lost and confused. And, you know, so you're terrified to handle the situation by leaving them alone because you're thinking, they'll move on, they'll forget about me. They won't forget about you.
Craig, how could anyone forget about you?
No one can forget about me.
I mean, how possibly? Ask yourselves.
And they won't forget about you either.
No.
They don't.
Now, if you've been close with someone, you've spent that kind of time together, you've been intimate, nobody's going to forget you. And remind yourself, I mean, you know, I'm sure you feel terrible at that point and wonder if this is your fault. But nothing about you is so terrible that they're going to immediately block you from their consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, when you're in this situation, every fiber of your being is desperate to connect with them. And so that is a big part of the reason that you're constantly checking their social media.
Right.
Because when you feel attached to their social media, their Facebook, their Instagram, whatever, you feel connected still. And so you feel like you have to know what's going on, and if you don't know, then you're disconnected, and they're no longer like feeling in, what's the word I'm looking for here?
They feel disconnected?
Like in our unconscious,
Our
they
unconscious
feel
mind, yeah.
gone maybe, right?
Yeah, our unconscious mind thinks that all relationships are forever. And it's always, always upset and angry and all a mess when we have any loss that affects us emotionally.
That's right.
So, I mean, I suppose every attachment alarm bell goes off in your head, probably to the point where you can hear them. Yeah.
But a lot of times what happens is they do something on social media and it makes us feel more upset.
Yeah.
And even if they change their profile picture, oftentimes we feel like, oh my God, I don't know this person anymore. They've
right.
moved on.
Yeah.
And all they did was change their profile picture, right? They're like, that's it.
But
I don't know anything.
Everything is a sign of the doom to come.
And it feels like it.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you're probably feeling is massive amounts of separation anxiety. You feel like you're in primal panic, where you're going to die.
Yep. And you literally do feel like you're going to die.
You literally feel like you're going to die. And you're so overwhelmed with anxiety, you can't even think straight.
Yep.
And I know when I was going through that, I felt like I was in a fog all the time.
Yes, you did, and you shared that, which was helpful to understand. Like you didn't feel like you could think right.
No, you don't feel like you can think clearly, and you start talking to everybody and anybody desperate for answers, and oftentimes your friends and family, unfortunately, will give really bad advice.
In their love for you.
In their love for you.
And in their attempts to protect you from being upset. Yeah.
So you're going to be looking to talk to everybody about your situation, and then you start following strategies that they give you. Some of it is just bizarre stuff, and some of it isn't. It sounds reasonable, but oftentimes it just makes your situation worse.
Right.
Right? So it can be really hard to let somebody go after a breakup and they've broken up with you and leave them alone. But I really feel like you have to do that.
Yes.
Right? Now every situation is different, and we know that because there are so many variables, but in many cases, you know, any kind of reaching out can make it worse.
And we hope you've been clear that you didn't want this, and that when they're ready, they can contact you.
But you're going to feel so much better talking with Margaret and I about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we have talked about breakups, I don't even know how many times over the years.
I wish we had a magic answer. But you know, the sad truth is you can't make anyone else do anything they're not ready to do.
No. But I really want you guys to know that Margaret and I have dealt with many, many breakups.
Yes.
And you're not going to find anybody that has more experience than we do. I personally have lived it, and Margaret was there for me every step of that way. Right? And numerous breakups.
Yep.
Right? So we have talked about it and explored this many times in many different ways. And we have found that talking about it is going to make you feel so much better.
Anything that makes you feel bad. The difference between us and the higher apes is words.
That's right.
Okay? I don't think they feel any less than we do, but we have words. And our brains can't process just basic emotion, but they can process words.
Absolutely.
So put words to it. Yeah.
And the thing that you want to do in such a difficult time is focus on personal growth, right? Everybody's in a completely different state. Some of you are mentally healthy. Some of you have struggled with anxiety and depression for your entire life. Everybody's in a different place.
Right.
But wherever you're at, you can always focus on being the best version of yourself.
And that is the best thing you can do. And,
Absolutely.
And that says that your self-esteem comes from inside you and not from this other person. And unfortunately, not everyone in the world has arrived there.
No.
But it's good to work on yourself and remind yourself, you're still here, you're still alive, you're not happy about it, but you're likely not going to die.
Yeah, even though it feels like
Feels like you are. Yep.
Absolutely.
You can even get bodily pains, or you can have panic attacks that take you to the emergency room, making you feel like you're going to have a heart attack. That's fairly common.
Yes, massive amounts of anxiety and stress, depression, tons of symptoms, vomiting, diarrhea, headaches, migraines, panic attacks, just about anything. I'm sure you can.
Putting things into words helps. And sometimes if you don't put them into words, nature has to find some place to put them. You don't want them showing up in your body.
No, you do not. You want to get it out.
Better to talk.
So the thing that you have to focus on is being their best option. That's the only thing you can focus on is personal growth. And if that person revisits the idea of coming back with you, which happens all the time.
Oh, always. People revisit, did I make the right decision?
That's right. I would say in most cases.
I would too.
That somebody is going to revisit the idea of coming back to you. You can better yourself and put yourself in a position to really show them that there is no other option for them, that you are their best option. And that's why Margaret and I are always trying to focus on personal growth and change. And we give you strategies, okay? I know there's a lot of confusing and conflicting information out there, but if you can see and watch in our videos, we literally give you strategies that you can take notes on and do.
And do. Yeah.
And that's why we're focused on helping you in that area, because that focusing on that positive will change your life. Because I have found that breakups are the most motivating thing on the planet.
And so if you really go through it courageously and really look at what's going on, you will come out a much more mature adult than you were when you began. Now, none of that makes you feel better, you understand, and it's easy for us to say, I understand. But, you know, words are all we have, and I've had people tell me numerous times, well, words don't sound very powerful against what we're dealing with. Maybe not, but they're all we have.
And people tell me every day, I always ask the session, how do you feel now that we talked? I always want to know, and they always say, I feel so much better. I feel so much better that we just talked about this.
And people listen to you, they believe you, we don't tell you you're crazy. We know how bad you feel.
And they have a plan for their situation.
Some kind of a plan.
Which is always helpful.
Always.
Because then you have definitively where you want to go and how to get there.
And you don't feel so hopeless and powerless.
Oh gosh, yes.
A plan always helps. And if people don't know where to start, help them make a list of possibilities and help them choose some way to start. Because sometimes you're so overwhelmed, you don't know what to do first.
Well, a lot of times I will say, I want you to watch these specific videos, and I'll give them a bunch of titles that I think will be helpful for their situation. I'll make them take certain notes down. I'll say, I want you to do this, I want you to write this down, and I'll tell them, because I want them to feel like when they're done with me, they actually can look at something and say,
of some kind.
Okay, I've got this now and I feel better. Right? Because it's so scary. It really is.
Even if it's go to the gym and pet your cat.
I don't know if your cat's going to be at the gym, but...
Well, okay, I did say that wrong, didn't I? Well, if you meet your cat at the gym, pet him or her and then work out. Okay?
There you go.
But animals will release, if you pet an animal, a dog, a cat, anything fuzzy, I don't know if you have a pet opossum, but if you have a fuzzy thing, just petting them releases more of that happy hormone, oxytocin, for you and for the animal, believe it or not. The dog will feel warm and fuzzy too, or the cat. You know, drink a cup of hot tea, it makes you feel warm inside. Few things do at that point. Go to the gym, that will help.
And focus on personal growth. I have almost 450 videos for you guys out there. 450, that's incredible.
Wow, I didn't know it was that many. Wow.
That's,
okay, so
I don't even know, thousands upon thousands of hours worth of content that you could just sit down and watch and learn.
If nothing else, will keep you busy.
It will keep you distracted. You know, and people tell me all the time they watch the playlist. I have this playlist, if you have never noticed it, it's called Listen While You Sleep.
Okay.
And people will watch our videos when they sleep, and they feel better.
I hope so.
Because
Is it
they'll
comforting?
they wake up in the middle of the night. They have nightmares a lot of times. You know, people wake up in cold sweats and whatnot, and they watch the videos and they're like, I just hear your voice and Margaret's voice and I feel better and I go right back to sleep.
That's wonderful. I'm delighted to hear that.
I know that because when I used to wake up, I'd have 3 or 4 times in the night I'd wake up, cold sweats, chaining my shirt and my boxers and everything. It was awful.
It was awful. It was just awful for you. Yeah.
So I know where you guys are at. I know what you're going through. Focus on personal growth. If your ex does start dating someone else, the chances are it's going to fall apart. For years it's been called the rebound. Mm-hmm. You know, beware the rebound. If somebody's just coming out of a relationship and hasn't had time to settle down yet, the rebound will probably be short. Even if they look like things are going amazing, it won't sustain.
No, it won't last.
It won't sustain itself.
No.
All right. So, I hope that makes you feel better because I know how scary that position is when, you know, you're scared to go no contact.
And in the name of heaven, don't beat yourselves up.
Absolutely.
Never, never, never.
All right. So, when you want to talk with us and get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching. I do Skype coaching. If you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
Many of you have signed up, and I'm delighted. I look forward to talking with you.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the web page, and that's how you do a coaching with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.
Hi, I'm Coach Margaret, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist with 35 years experience. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me to get professional help on your situation. Go to askcraig.net to sign up for a personal coaching with me.